everyone. Today we are here for best ways to make your child smarter session hosted by SapienKid. We are SapienKid, a parent research brand that is into creating content for parents to raise their children easily. Our research and development has enabled us to come up with content in the form of storybooks for kids and DIYs and other tools to ensure better family time. Smartness today is a necessity, as that would help our children to wade through their life. So, as parents, you may want someone to suggest you the best practices to ensure your child becomes smarter. But we would not want to hear just from anyone yet. So, let's introduce to this session our esteemed panelists, Mrs. Reshma Sanil and Mr. Ashish Paliwal. Mrs. Reshma Sanil is one of our esteemed panelists who has years of experience in dealing with kids and in ensuring that she follows a lot of activities for brain development. Mr. Ashish Paliwal is also an educator who believes in the holistic development of a child and uses activities and different methods to ensure the same in his stint as a teacher. He also runs his own academy for spreading joy of education in children. Welcome both of you to this session. Right. So the pleasure is mine actually to have you here. So my first question is to Mr. Ashish Paliwal. Please define smartness and what it means to you.
And so when we talk in terms of smartness and we see people around, and when we talk in terms of kids to be a smarter kids, today every parent wants it. Every kid has to be smart. And so more important is that how we define smartness and what we think about a kid who can be called as a smart kid. In my opinion, if we see a kid who is more skillful, socializing, more amiable, who is more friendly with surroundings, who is more articulate or meticulous about things, who is more reasonable and talented, such kind of kids, if we have around us in society, I say those are the smart kids, or that is what is the definition of smartness or smart kid for me. Because those people are the ones who will actually have the skills needed, the interpersonal skills, and the skill to get along with whatever situation comes around. And those stronger kids are more smarter for me as compared to just the so-called smart kids, those who look smart. But I want kids to be smarter in terms of everything, dealing with people around and with different things, with technology, with everything. Those are the smart kids. And along with that, they have to be more socializing, because that is one skill that everybody is talking about right now, is the EQ. So if somebody has a good EQ and along with IQ, I think those are the smart kids for me. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was so well put and well structured answer. Thank you. And continuing with the same question, I want to ask Mrs. Reshma Sanil on her thoughts in the same topic. What is your definition?
Smartness, like in nowadays, everyone wants to be very smart, very genius, so called, like, yeah, you're a good boy and you're a good girl. But I can put smartness in two ways. Like, in a good way, if you can say, the so-called the pursuit of being a genius. Like, if you're in a room, you have to be very excellent, everything good in each and every field. And on the opposite side, if you look in it into the informal way, it like be like smart. He is very smart. Like, it can be in a very rude or impolite way. We can say that it can be divided into two parts. But speaking up to that in a good way or a bad way, we want our kids to be very smart in each and in educational, in a professional way. We want our child to do well in each and every field, like in school, or if they are playing in the outdoors or indoors. We want our kids to stay out of trouble. They should not do any bad thing. My child should be doing it every good thing. Like, yes, shabash, keep it up. We should not, like, it is, we are growing up with a very high speed. Like, my kid want to be in a very good manner. smartness comes like I don't feel like it will be playing with the other children. Smartness, like he's coming into the groups, he's picking up with other people in a very good manner. Smartness defines in each and every people, it is in a very different way. According to me, smartness is like, yes, he is growing up, he is making things better, feeling better. If he is in a group of people, he is mixing up with the other people. But on the other hand, how he is behaving, how is he interacting, how he is coping up with the things, is he coming up his motor skills, his other skills, we can speak up like if he's coming into other group of people, like a child is into 4 to 5 age of group and the other group of people in 7 to 8 years of group, how is interacting with him, how is coping with them, is he going with these people? So everything taking into consideration, we can define that smartness.
Right. Mrs. Reshma Sanil, could you please answer the next question also, which I think that you have defined so well. So I feel that you should answer this question also. That is, what are the activities you think kids should do regularly to become sharp?
Regularly sharp at now I can describe this as like being a parent. I am also a parent to a 6-year-old kid, and it is very difficult to keep your child sharp. They are more sharper than us. If you want to really believe that parents are child are very sharper and very up to the point when it comes to the overall activities. First, we think that we should have proper bedtime, like 8 hours of sleep, keeping up with the food items, whatever we are giving them, nutritious food. And once it is done, then you should have good bonding with our elder people, with mom and dad, whatever we are having our lunch time, we are having our dinner time, we should give proper timings to a child. It is not like yes, we are having our plates in front of them and we are eating and getting up. We should have a good family bonding with the child. You should have music like something regional music. If you are multilingual, suppose if you are coming from some other regions, you should come up with the different types of languages. One should come up with the, like suppose if your kid is going to an English school, it is not like he should only speak up with the regional languages. He should try to speak some more languages, come up with the new ideas. And then if possible, we can have a routine like keeping up with the exercises daily. Do something stretching or mind playing games, like we have puzzles nowadays. We have got so many brain training exams also we do have for kids. And then we can have a stable environment also. If you and your spouse or anything are in the family, it is not doing well, we should not show up to the kid like there's something wrong with it. We should have a very happy go environment with the kid.
Right. That's very interesting, actually. So these are very actually practical tips that you gave. Thank you so much. Now, moving on to Mr. Paliwal, my next question is to you. With continuing with the previous question, actually, are there any steps parents should not do with regards to helping the child's development? Like,
Yeah, very nice question, Meena, because there is everywhere the talks about what you should do to raise a smart kid. But your kid is just a reflection of you sometimes and your behavior. So it is better that when we talk about what not to do to raise a smart kid, the most important thing is just don't do all that stuff that you think as a smart kid your kid should not do. In simple words, many times we just try to be like a helicopter parent. We just want to helicopter them for everything. If whatever they are doing, they are playing, they are doing anything, or they are meeting their friends, and all the times we are like, we want to actually control them. Or sometimes we want everything that what we have not done, or what are our ambitions which has not been fulfilled, we want to fulfill it by them, and then we call them as whatever I want. If my kid is doing that, is a smart kid. So I would just like to tell, because we have been given this opportunity to raise a good child, or a good individual. I'm using the term good more than smart, because you know somebody who is good, being smarter will already automatically come along. So the first thing, the foremost thing is that you should avoid doing whatever you don't want your kid to do that. Yeah. Along with that, there were a few things like too much of pampering or too much of scolding that definitely impacts their brain in terms of the brain development, or the kind of impressions that they are getting on their mind that goes lifelong. They remember things very well, and whatever happens in their early years, they definitely remember that. So yes, it is our responsibility to give them a safe and secure environment to grow up, but then we don't try to control things. It is not always in your control, but we can provide them better things, but we can't force them. So don't force them. Another thing that you should not do is to force them. Yeah. Along with that, one more important thing that I always feel, that to raise smart kids, uh, those kids, we have seen those parents who give their kids uh, that courage instead of making them fearful of everything, that don't do this, this will happen, or don't do that, otherwise this will happen. Or otherwise, bribing your kids with things like, uh, if you will do this, you will get this. If you can do this, then that will happen. So rather rationalizing things, and instead of taking it only on a particular note, that yes, whatever I am saying, that is correct. So don't do that, and don't make yourself always correct, that because I am a parent, I am always correct. And I would say that they are much smarter than us. It is the only thing, it is a age difference, that we are a little elder than them, we are before them on this earth. Nothing much as a difference. Yeah. And then everything goes along with it. Only
True.
thing is that you are investing on your kids. I would say invest in your kids.
Right.
That is important. So if
Right.
you start investing in your kids, it's
Mm.
just like you invest on everything. Along with investing on your kids, try to invest in your kid, your time, your affection, all those things that we are not doing. You should start doing that. Might be that will help a lot. And automatically they are meant to be smarter. They will be. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was actually very appropriate, actually. So we try to implement things or get things done by creating fear. Instead of that, if we could, you know, do things or rationalize things, as you said, that point is very valid today, as most of the parents are facing this issue. And I think, so we are just a little older to them, and that's it. And otherwise the kids are very smart. True, this is a real point that you have pointed out here. Thank you. And so that said, I will ask Mrs. Reshma Sanil once again on, do you think parents should also set a limit on how much they want their child to be smarter?
As described by Ashish sir, he was very right. Right, every parent wants to be a helicopter child. They want their child to fly like anything, much faster than the other child. I would say no, because as he said that each and every child is different, and we should not, as he said, कि हमने कुछ नहीं किया है, हमने नहीं किया है, I'll ask my child to do that. That is wrong, because at that time the situations were different. Now the situations are different. Each and every child is doing some or the other thing. He is the kind of attraction, his kind of falling in love of art of anything is different. One kid might like music, the other kid might like something gymnastic or something like. So we should not force any kid to do this or do that as per their parents wish. We should not even scold them too much or not push them, or we should not even pamper them too much. This is the sideways of the parenting, we can say. Like it is our right, being a parent, it is our duty to make our children go into the right way. But sometimes the children might think that my parent is always pushing me. If I'm going to do this, he's saying, "Ki, nahi, you are not supposed to do this. This is not." If your child is doing something wrong, I feel like let him attempt it, and then let him also get to know, okay, what is wrong. Why my mother or my father was pushing me to, like, asking me to not to do these things. Once he's
Right.
got into that dump, then he'll come to know, yeah, that was the reason why my mom and dad were asking me not to do that. Once he come to know, then he'll not do that. It was a small video once I saw on Facebook, like Sudha Murthy. We can have an example of her. They were such from a beautiful family, such a huge family, and then what his once his son asked him to, like mom, I want to celebrate my birthday. The one of his friend was celebrating in a big 5-star hotel, and what Sudhamurthy said, like, let him celebrate. They have money, they have everything, they will celebrate. But my way is not of celebrating is this way. You bring your kids home, you bring your friends home. We will celebrate in our manner. People nowadays compete, and also children try to compete. Like, they have spent so much money, they have
Correct.
got so many gifts, he has got so many toys that my kid also want the same. That is not
Right.
the way. Keep your
Right.
child grounded. Unless and until you are not grounded, your child will also not be grounded. So in
Correct.
each and everything you can keep your child busy in the house cook. Like simple thing. If
Hmm.
4 people are coming at your place, your kid should know that how you are arranging your dining table. 4 people are coming, 4 plates are required, 4 napkins are required, 4 forks are required. This is very basic thing we are saying. If we start from these basic things, then only they will come to know up to the highest level. If we
Hmm.
are not keeping them grounded, going up is not valid.
Difficult.
So
Right.
my main thing is keep it basic, keep it grounded, keep it lovely, and keep enjoyable. Then only kids will get smarter. Otherwise, it is not possible.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm sure parents watching this video will also agree that raising smarter or sharper children is going to be a challenge. Yes, as parents, you will have to put a lot of effort, as both our panelists have mutually agreed on that. And with perseverance, your child will show positive changes very soon. That's for sure. And now we will ask our audience members if they have any questions for both of you. Right. We have a question from one of our audience members. Any games you can suggest to kids to make them sharper? So, any games you have? Special games that you can suggest as tips? I'm
You
asking.
have hopscotch, you can have Rubik's Cube, you
Hmm.
can have one game called Zynga, like wooden blocks or
Right, right,
puzzles. Yeah, you can get many such games.
right. Mr. Paliwal, do you have any suggestions?
I think in terms of games, I would suggest some outdoor games, which are our older games that you as a parent must have tried. Try
Mm-hmm.
those games. It requires lots of attention. It requires lots of intelligence to play.
Mm.
So involve them in some outdoor games, because that gives you physical exercise. Along with that, it involves uses of your brain skills as well. So
Right,
we can increase their those activities along with some meaningful games that helps them to play along with involving their brain activity as well.
right,
Along with that, you can do different activities there. These days, for brain development, you have lots of activities going on, so you can use those as well, like abacus or other things that helps them in terms of
mm-hmm.
their brain development or their calculation skills as part of
Right,
all those things. Yeah.
right, right. With that, we shall wrap up this session. I don't think any question has come till now. So, with that, yes, we shall wrap up this session. And thank you for attending this session and giving such handy tips to parents to help their children become smarter. I'm thanking both the panelists. Thank you so much for coming here. And yes, so there is a feedback form also that has come. Please check that and fill it in and give us a feedback on how we can improve the sessions in the coming days. So this video shall be available in YouTube, and it will be uploaded, and we shall share the links with both of you, and you can share it everywhere. So those of you who are watching in YouTube, please don't forget to like and share this video, and do drop in the comment for us and share your thoughts on whatever the panelists have said today, on how you implemented and made and are trying to make your child smarter. So thank you so much for the session. Have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
Meena.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah,
See you.
yes, thank you. It
Thank
was
you.
great meeting you
Bye.
all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.